It's one of the ugly truths of our beautiful state, that brown haze that often blankets the Front Range. How much are you willing to pay to clean it up?
That's exactly what we're facing under a new EPA mandate designed to improve our air quality. Tonight, investigative reporter Jennifer Kovaleski is going in depth with a 360 report on one potential solution: reformulated gas.
Colorado is known for its sunshine and bright blue skies. But the reality is we have bad air quality, among some of the worst in the country, on full display with the wildfires last summer.
We had the worst air in the world on Saturday.
This summer has been unbearably smoky on the Front Range. We've seen 36 straight ozone action alert days.
All those alert days are a big part of why the EPA recently reclassified the Front Range's ozone status to severe, triggering new federal mandates that could cost all of us at the gas pump. Have you ever heard of reformulated gas?
No.
Well, the average person had no idea what we were talking about. Reformulated gas, also called RFG, could be coming soon to a pump near you. It's basically cleaner, pricier fuel that helps lower emissions. And thanks to that severe ozone status from the EPA, Denver and 8 surrounding counties will have to start using it in the summer of 2024. But the move hasn't come without controversy. So we're going 360 at the gas pump with perspectives from the governor, the fuel industry, environmentalists, academic experts, and our own Mike Nelson. Let's start by putting Governor Jared Polis in the driver's seat.
The time to act is now.
Since his first day in office, Polis has made climate change a top priority.
Zero-emission vehicles clean our air today.
As a part of those efforts, Polis did something different. He asked the EPA in 2019 to downgrade the state's air quality from moderate to serious, saying it was time to stop sugarcoating air problems. Fast forward to today. Our air quality has only gotten worse in the eyes of the EPA. But the governor is fighting back against the cleaner reformulated gas, calling it a counterproductive requirement.
That's something that we don't think is helpful.
Polis shared his thoughts on the reformulated gas mandate before the election.
We would like to avoid that because the data shows it might make a teeny improvement, but it's not worth higher costs for Coloradans.
He also wrote this strongly worded letter to the EPA in September, threatening to sue over the pricier, cleaner gasoline.
We got an encouraging letter back from the EPA.
The Fed said they would work with Colorado to explore any flexibility in the Clean Air Act. But their letter also makes clear there's no getting out of the mandate to sell reformulated gas to fight smog. The EPA goes on to say the cleaner fuel should only cost about 3 cents more per gallon. Do you think the EPA is right that it's only going to cost 3 cents more a gallon?
No, definitively not.
Greer Bailey is in the fuel business. He's the executive director of the Colorado-Wyoming Petroleum Marketers Association. While he too is against RFG, his perspective is different. It's based on the bottom line.
What we're talking about is a structural shift where people are going to have to make choices between gallons of milk, boxes of cereal, and being able to get to work.
His organization estimates the cost of reformulated gas will add between 25 to 50 cents a gallon. A federal study last year showed the cost was 36 cents more per gallon.
Reformulated gasoline represents one of the most costly strategies that's ever been considered.
Greer says the Clean Air Act hasn't been updated in 3 decades, and some of the solutions in it are simply outdated.
I think that the Clean Air Act needs a really good cleaning.
Air pollution is certainly an issue.
Catherine Goff's a North Glen City Councilwoman and part of Colorado Communities for Climate Action, a coalition of 40 local governments.
I feel like the state and the governor, they've done a lot, but they haven't done enough.
Goff's point of view is clear-cut. We have to improve our air quality, period.
We need to do something, and if what that is the reformulated gas, then that's what we have to do.
Gasoline.
John Jacora takes our 360 to the whiteboard.
Oh boy, people in my classes may recognize this.
He teaches chemical engineering at the Colorado School of Mines.
Yes, we can do it, but is it worth the cost? Maybe not.
He says from his standpoint, one of the biggest challenges is the Colorado fuel market.
There's not a lot of refineries in this area, so are we looking to try to ship gasoline up from, say, the Gulf Coast, which makes sense, except now we're paying transportation costs. That drives cost up.
Suncor is the only major refinery in Colorado. Leaders there tell us they're already working on a $36 million project to be able to sell reformulated gas. But Colorado's pollution problem extends beyond our state.
Pollution doesn't know any international or national boundaries, and so it will flow with the wind patterns.
Chief Meteorologist Mike Nelson is our resident climate change expert. He has a broader perspective and explains why out-of-state pollution accounts for up to 60% of the Front Range's ozone.
So anything that is put into the atmosphere in California can drift here under the right circumstances.
He says while car exhaust is still a big contributor to the ozone levels, Colorado's geography can make our air pollution even worse.
We have mountains that surround us on really 2.5 sides, to the west and to the south, and that can trap the pollutants into the South Platte Valley in the Denver area.
Variables outside the state's control, Governor Polis says, put Colorado at a huge disadvantage when it comes to pollution. But whether that argument sticks, and if we can avoid reformulated gas, is to be determined. Jennifer Kovaleski, Denver 7.
And we dug into the data and found Colorado had its worst ozone year on record in 2021. 67 days surpassed federal air quality standards. And the state attributes that spike to a bad wildfire season here and across the country.
And going further in depth, the Regional Air Quality Council estimates the use of reformulated gas would lower emissions by 200 tons per year. For some context here, the state projects efforts to reduce pollution will reduce emissions by 12,500 tons per year.